In this video, I am going to show you how to use copy activity in Data Factory. We will use the same container which is source in the movie ingest storage account. We have 4 files in the source container. We are going to set a target, a new container in movies curated data lake storage account. So I'll create a new container. Let's say target 2. Create. So target 2 is empty container where all the files will get copied using copy activity. In Data Factory, click on this plus icon, click pipeline. Provide name, copy activity demo. Now I will search for copy activity. I'll just drag it. Just click on the copy activity and rename it copy movies data. You can have space in the activity name as well. Description you can provide anything. So this is kind of documentation. This is for a demo. This timeout is by default set for 7 days. I do not want to set it. I'll set it for 2 minutes maximum. Retry if this activity fails. Do you want to retry or not? And if yes, how many times? 0 means I do not want to retry. The number of retries if I set it, then this activity will get executed 3 times if it fails. Retry interval, this is in seconds, so this is a normal interval. It will wait for these many seconds between 2 retries. Secure output and input we are going to see when we see the monitoring window. In the source, what we are going to create is a connection. So I'm not going to use the existing one. We'll create a new connection. We'll select blob. And set the name as ingest layer. For simplicity, I'll prefix as blob. We'll leave these settings as it is, and we'll select our storage account, movies ingest. Click create. Similarly, we will create another connection for data lake storage account. Data lake Gen 2. Curated layer, and I will set as ADL is curated layer. It is always a good practice to do test connection before creating a connection to ensure whatever the inputs we have provided above are correct. We'll go back to our pipeline. This is copy movies data. First, we have to create a data set. So what type of data set? It is we are pointing to Azure blob storage from where we are going to copy data, and type of data set or format of data set is comma separated files. provide a name in this dataset, or alternatively you can provide movies in this. Link service, choose the latest created link service, blob in this layer. We have first row as header. Click on browse, source. I'm going to select movies file. So this is source container. I have no directory, and this is the file. Let me show you how the file looks like. We have header at the top, and this is a comma separated file. So I'll choose first row as a header. Click OK. We'll move to sync now. Create a dataset again. So it is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Click New and click Delimited Text. Continue. So I'll name as a target. I want to copy data as it is in CSV format. That's why I choose CSV. Here we will choose target 2, which is empty. Click OK, and I will not provide any file name. Since we do not have any file, we'll click none for import schema. Click OK, and that's it. Just publish it. Publish. Pipeline is now published. So click on add trigger and click trigger now. Okay. So it will run the pipeline without any schedule. So click on this monitor icon. I'm able to see the pipeline execution status here. So it says succeed. We quickly go back and refresh the container, and we find the movies got created. Click edit. The file is copied in the expected format. Now let's go ahead and try something different. Now click on this activity again. Click on sync. Open this dataset. If you notice, dataset will get created under datasets folder. Click on connection and provide path here. A new path. Select, let's say, small file. And I'll choose a delimiter as a pipe and leave the other settings as it is. This time I do not want to publish and trigger it. What I'm going to do, I'll just debug it. One more thing we will do, we will provide a file name. movies_2.csv. Let's go back to pipeline and click on debug. When you click on debug, this output window will get open automatically. This output window is at the pipeline level. Sometimes you will lose this window. Let's say I clicked on this copy activity. I do not see any output window here. Just click outside and you will be able to see output. And it says the file got copied successfully. We'll go back here and click on refresh. So small files directory is created. Inside that we have movies to CSV. Let us open this file and check what is inside that. So this file get created using pipe separator. Let us see what is there inside the copy activity. So click on this detail. This is a spec icon. So it will show you all the statistics. Our source is blob storage. Our target is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. How much data we have? 80 KB. And how much data is written? 92 KB. This is because we have changed the separator and code was added for each and every field. That's why size got increased. Number of files, rows, number of rows, and all other information is seen here. Focus on this throughput as well. So while copying the big data, we have to ensure the throughput is high. This is the overall duration for copying the data. Let's say you want to change a format of data. So click on new dataset, click ADLS Gen 2, and I want to choose JSON. JSON movies target. Link service, curated layer. Since I know the container name, I'll directly provide the container name and movies.json. Click none. Okay. And now debug it. So it says file is copied. Let us see what are the details. So 80 KB is our source size and 162 is our target size. Click on refresh. Now in target 2. So we have movies.json. Just click on that. Edit. File is copied or data is copied in JSON format as we were expecting. This is the way we can use the copy activity. So since I have shown you the small data copy, there is no much scope for adding a performance related metrics or the configuration. When we go to the settings, there are some settings which are related to performance, which are data integration units. So by default it is auto. You can configure as many as you want from the given set of list. So this is data integration unit that will directly affect you to the costing. So this is the compute power it is going to use. So bigger you configure, that much higher you will have cost. Degree of copy parallelism, how many copies, how many connections you want to keep open with the source. Fault tolerance, you can set a kind of error handling mechanism. So skip incompatible rows, skip and log incompatible kind of things. And enable staging, when you click on enable staging, you have to provide again storage path where it will use the storage for a temporary storage purpose. Since we are very new to copy activity and ADF, we are not going to see these options as of now. In mappings, by default, mapping is empty. When you click on import schema, from the source file, it will detect the schema and it will show all the columns and data types. These are our columns in the file. By default, all columns are treated as a string. And how you are going to map it. Since this is JSON, it is not allowing me to change any data type here. So if I change sync and I choose movies target again, go back to mapping, again click on import schemas. You can change column name and you can change data type also. We saw copy activity by copying only one file, that is movies.csv. Now I'm going to show you how we can copy multiple files. So in the same pipeline, I'm going to delete this activity. We will drag new copy activity. Source, we will choose movies ingest. We'll go inside this data set. In the connection, I do not specify any file name. In sync, the movies target dataset, file is not specified. Let us try this out. It says validation is failed because the wildcard file name is not provided. That's fine. Why? Because we have not given any file name. It accepts a wildcard. So we have to provide the file name as star here. Click on debug. It says success. Let us see details. So number of files read 4, number of files written 4. The file size from the source and target is exactly same. We will verify files are copied at the target location. Target 2 and all files are copied. Let's say if I rerun this activity, what happens? So it will overwrite all the data which exists at the target location. Notice this date time. This is 3 o'clock, 5 minutes and 6 seconds. Copy activity is completed I'll just refresh it. So 3 o'clock, 6 minutes and 15 seconds. So it will overwrite all the data which exists at the target location.